Oh, he's better ball. Big, big, big.
Yes, sir, baby.
Right there. Looks so huge.
This is how heavy he is, man. Go hold him up with it.
Well, there's no way I should be holding this deer right now.
Full seconds before that arrow hit him. So on the video, and him drawing back first time. Didn't lose any of his tail feathers as well. The other ones were beating the crap out of him up here. That box that's really popped up on the camera for us. I came from the first sit at home.
That's a big girl, baby! Yes! Oh my God, yes, dude! What's up, guys? It's Thomas Massa coming at you with another WannaBOutdoors video. This week, again, we're jumping back to last year's rifle deer season. It's my turn this time. I hunted hard last year. I hunted the second weekend, and then I hunted 4 consecutive days during Thanksgiving time. One of those 4 days was the day I went with my dad. He shot his that morning. So then I went that evening again by myself. You know, I hunted hard looking for a deer. And I knew my brother was coming home on Thanksgiving to spend time with family. And then we were going to go out the day after Thanksgiving. So I really needed to get my buck. And you know what? It just happened the day before. You know, I had 1 day left to just have me hunt. And when you know it, I found a buck, an old mature mule deer, hot on a doe. And when you know it, I was able to get set up under 200 yards from him. He's gonna go down right there. Come on. Did he go down? I don't know how big the other buck was. I probably had more time than I thought I did. Felt pretty good about the shot though. Alright. Holy crap, we gotta fix our lighting here. That's 2023 rifle season done right there. A giant fork. Terrible genetic deer, but an older buck. He was way bigger bodied than the other buck that was with him. I still don't know exactly how big that other buck that was with him was. Maybe he was bigger, but he was definitely a smaller bodied deer. You know, if he's got better genetics, let him pass him on. Get that old buck out of there. Get our tag filled. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Hiked up in here this morning after just having a tough week of deer hunting. It's been a tough week. I've seen one other buck that I would shoot, and I saw that 2x2 coming across the bottom, and I knew I needed to get caught up with them because I probably wasn't going to get another opportunity. If I didn't get them in this opening right here, they were going to get, it's pretty thick back that way. So I ran up here and Sure enough, they were in that little gap in the trees right there. The does were, so I threw the camera down and I saw the does start working to the left. I was like, oh, he's gonna work right across there to the left. And I was like, you know what? Honestly, whichever buck walks across there first, because I didn't know. I mean, that could have been one of them across the opening already. You just don't know. So he's not the giant that I was hoping for, but Carl's coming home tomorrow and we gotta start working on trying to get him a deer, so I will gladly take this guy. Now I gotta walk all the way back to the truck and then walk all the way back here. But we'll take the gun with us, we'll take the camera with us, we'll grab the other pack, the frame pack, make sure we got our knives nice and sharp, and get him quartered up and hauled out. See you guys when I get over there to the deer. So I shoot the deer, you know, I'm kind of gathering up my stuff. I call my dad like, hey, you know, I got one. And as I'm calling him, I look up and the other bucks are just standing there with the does. You know, none of them really went anywhere. So I got some really cool video of them interacting, you know, big time rut activity. It's like 9:30 in the morning by this point. I mean, it's full sunshine. I mean, yeah, there's some long shadows, but it's like the sun is up and these deer just do not care. They're full bore rut activity. You know, even the little buck is in there trying to steal some does, push him away from the bigger buck, but he's just not letting it happen, you know. And that buck really needed another year. I really hope, you know, it was towards the end of rifle season. I really hope he got another year of age on him. Hope to find that buck again this year.
Okay. Good job, buddy.
Thanks. Yeah. Bye. I think that buck would have technically scored better, but he's a way smaller bodied deer. He's definitely not as old, so we'll let him pass on his, I mean, they're not great genetics, but his halfway decent genetics. Way better than a freaking 2x2. So we'll let him pass on his genes and we'll take this one out of the herd. Smaller buck there that just joined in. He's coming over to check things out. So that's 3 bucks that have come into this doe right here. Because here comes the other buck back across to go chase him away. He's got one really long too. And then he's just got front splits is all. He's pushing that other buck out of there. Look at that. They don't like each other very much, do they? I wonder if there won't be another buck that shows up if I sit here quiet like. Yeah, he pushed that other buck off up the hill to go chase different does. What a buck. Definitely a unique one. Really short main beams. God, good mass. See if we can get some of that blood off there. Good mass, good main beams. Those are some of the best brows I think I've ever seen on a mule deer. He's not real wide, pretty tall. Heck of a G2 there. I mean, definitely not an absolute giant buck. You know, not the 160, 170 inch buck I was after, but pretty damn nice deer for my first mule deer ever.
Made a great shot on him. I was maybe a little bit back, but otherwise smoked him. He didn't even go 100. He went 40 yards, 50 yards. The 260 put him down hard. He was chasing a doe. God, he's an old deer, giant deer. I mean, ears are all gone, frozen off from wintertime and fighting. This one's got a bunch of notches in it. He's got some mass to show his age. He's a brute of a deer. He was way bigger bodied than any of the other deer up here chasing that doe. All those guys need some time to grow still. But just look, I mean, look at that too. His beams are terrible. His main beams are terrible, and not having splits, he won't score worth a crap. But that is a cool buck for my first mule deer ever. Got snuck up in here this morning. Knew I wanted to go look at that flat out there. Peek over the edge, and there's a doe at like 60, 80 yards with her fawn. And not this buck, but a littler buck with him. And then this guy comes charging up the hill chasing him. So I see him go by, I get snuck up here and shoot him. Another buck comes up and another buck comes up, and she must have smelled good because they just kept coming. God, what a buck. What a buck. Now the work starts though. I got about 3 miles to pack this. He's got to be 250 to 280 pound deer. I mean, he's a big deer. He's a really big deer. Big head on him, gray face. I mean, just a mature mule deer for this area in the hills that gets hammered hard for these guys. But there's a reason he got old. It's because he didn't have the genetics to get shot. Wow. Yeah, now the work starts.
Thank you guys for watching the Wanna Be Outdoors video, and I'll see you next week.